In this video, we're going to be making a weapon wheel using Python Tkinter. For each weapon you want in your wheel, you're going to need an image file. I'm using 50 by 50 PNGs for my project. So the first thing we're going to do is from Tkinter, import everything. Next, we're going to create our root window as a class, so class root. And then we're going to have it inherit from Tkinter's TK class. Then we're going to do define underscore init self, and then we're going to use super init because we want our class, our root class, to have all the same methods as our TK class here. Next, we're going to do self.title, and then I'm going to just call it weapon wheel. Now down here, we're going to do an if statement. If underscore name is equal to underscore main. And so now we're going to actually initialize our root class. So root is equal to root initialized, and then we're going to call the root's main loop method. So we're going to save and run that. And you should have a little window pop up with the name of our project in the top left corner. Okay, next we're going to create a class for our weapon wheel. So class weapon wheel, and this is going to inherit from Tkinter's canvas class. So define init self super. And we also want to pass in the parent right here. And so here we're going to do parent, and we're going to set the canvas's width to 500 and its height to 500. And then we're just going to go ahead and display it with self.pack here. So now we're going to go back to our root class, and then we're just going to do self.weapon wheel is equal to weapon wheel. And then we're going to pass in the root as its parent using self. I'm going to save on that, and you should now have a slightly larger window that pops up now because the canvas is on the root now. Okay, so before we start adding things to our weapon wheel canvas, we're just going to go ahead and get its dimensions here. So canvas underscore width is equal to self.w info underscore required width. Canvas underscore height is equal to self.w info underscore required height. Okay, so now we're going to start off with creating a label that's going to tell the player which weapon they currently have selected. So we're going to do weapon label. And now we're going to create a variable called self.weapon underscore var. And we're going to make it a string variable, so string var. And then we're just going to go ahead and give it a default value with self.weapon underscore var dot set. And I'm going to put weapon with a colon. Okay, so next we're going to actually create our weapon label with weapon underscore label is equal to label, and then we're going to give it, set the weapon wheel as its parent with self, and then text variable is equal to self.weapon underscore var. Now to actually add a widget to the canvas, we have to use the canvas's self.create window method. And so we want our label to be in the middle of the screen for its x, so we'll do can underscore width divided by 2. And for its y position, we'll just do can underscore height divided by 4 minus 25. But of course, you can play with those values. And so next, we'll do window is equal to self.weapon underscore label. We'll save that and run it. And so you should have the label right here somewhere on your screen. Okay. So the next step is to create the circle that we're going to place all our weapons inside of. So we're just going to call this outer circle here. And then now we're going to calculate its two sets of coordinates. So let's start with outer circle underscore x is equal to can underscore width divided by 4. Then outer circle underscore y is equal to can underscore height divided by 4. Now it's for its second set, we'll do outer circle underscore x1 is equal to can underscore width minus outer circle underscore x. And then outer circle underscore y1 is equal to can underscore height minus outer circle underscore y. Now to actually create the circle, we have to use self.create oval. And then now we're just going to pass in our coordinates. So out circle x, out circle y, out circle x1, and then out circle y1. And so we're going to give it a tag using the tags option so that we can refer to it later. So out circle, that's what we're going to tag it as. And then we're just going to give it a width of 2. And we're also just going to store it in a variable. So we'll do self.out underscore circle equal here. So now let's save and run that. And so you should have a circle underneath your label here. Alright, so now we're just going to create classes for our weapons. So we're going to start off with class weapon, define, init, self, and then we're going to declare a couple of variables here. So self.name is equal to weapon, self.image is equal to none, self.fill color is equal to gray, and self.tag is equal to weapon. Now we're going to create another class, but it's going to be an actual weapon that you want in your weapon wheel. So I'm going to do class sword, and I'm going to have it inherit from the weapon class. Define init. We'll do super. And now just declare the same variable. So self.name is equal to sword. Self.image is equal to photo image, and then file, you're going to place the file name of the image that you want to use for this weapon. Next, fill color, I'm going to do red. And finally, tag, I'm just going to do sword, but lowercase. Now we're going to go back to our weapon wheel class, and underneath our super, we're going to do self.weapons is equal to a list. We're going to add our sword class in there and initialize it. So now we're going to create, instead of a weapon wheel with multiple weapons, we're going to start off with just a weapon circle. So we're going to go down here. We're going to do weapon arcs. And then we're going to do if the length of self.weapons is equal to 1. We're going to get that weapon. So weapon equal to self.weapons 0. And then we're going to create an image. So self.create image. And we want it in the middle of our circle. So we'll do can underscore width divided by 2. And then can underscore height divided by 2. Image is going to be equal to weapon dot image, and then we'll tag it with tags is equal to weapon dot tag plus underscore image. Now we're going to save that and run it to test everything out. Alright, so whenever you pull it up, you should have the icon that you want for your weapon right here in the middle of the circle. Alright, so in the next video, we're going to be adding things like a hover color. So like whenever the mouse hovers over the circle here, this is going to light up red or whatever color you specify, and things like that. So stay tuned.